A few years ago, I used to live on a boat, and I had a problem with the tiller, so the connection to the rudder, more specifically. The problem was that when you turn the engine revs right the way up, the water would shoot up the tiller pole and spill out onto the deck. And I wanted to find a solution for that, and I came up with this thing. And you'll notice it's not on a boat, it's in a shed, and the reason is I keep it around to remind me, because it taught me a lesson. You can see it's a 3D printed object. It's essentially a sort of a collar that's designed to fit over the tube where the tiller connection came up, and it has, I don't know if you can see in there, it has ridges in here that take silicone rubber so that it stops the water from shooting out, and it also stops the tiller pole from moving side to side through a series of bearings like this that sit in here and go all the way around, and they hold the actual tiller fixing dead center so that there's no wobble in the tiller as the engine revs increase caused by cavitation from the propeller. I spent quite a long time designing this, and you can tell with a print that size it took quite a long time to print out, and it uses quite a bit of hardware. I was about halfway through fitting this onto the boat when I realised that I was doing something very, very stupid. I was really over-engineering this. So I took it back off again, walked into my nearest chandlery and bought some thick felt. I pushed the thick felt down the side of the tiller pole in the tube. That centered the tiller so that it stopped vibrating, and I squirted the whole tube full of grease and around the felt with grease, and that stopped the water from shooting up. And that cost me about £3 or £4 worth of felt and grease, and took me 5 minutes to do. This, on the other hand, took a pile of plastic, a 3D printer, and several hours. That's what this taught me. It taught me not to over-engineer things. And I keep it around in the shop now as a paperweight, essentially, to make me think twice when I'm doing anything.